Alright, he is back. That's right, everybody. We are here with another episode of the Florencio Files and another replay from his Dankcraft account. Grinding on up here on Cosmic Sapphire. In the bottom right, in the blue, it is none other than the Sewer Mermaid himself, Florencio. The man who feeds off the tears of his opponents. We'll see if his opponent can avoid that fate. There's been a select few who have. Every now and then we get someone who goes, oh man, he always wins these games. There are definitely streaks where Florencio loses them, guys. So I always remind him to send me in a mixture of both. You know, for us, it's not so much about who gets the victory screen. And we've known for a long time that Florencio, it's more about he wants his opponent after the game to have a feeling of, I don't want to click find match ever again in case I have to go through that ordeal. He really just wants to traumatize people off the ladder. We'll see if Floyd can avoid it. In the top left side, the red Protoss player going for a 2-gate opening, so maybe a bit more aggressive here. Barracks gas for Florencio, so it looks... actually, I think that was gas first, but it's kind of like a later gas first. There's kind of like a hybrid. And it is going to be a double gas opening as well, so definitely something a bit more tech-oriented for Flow. First probe will be coming across the map. For those who don't know the whole adventures, you definitely should go back to the start. We've seen a real evolution. For a long time, Flo was just playing Protoss, and he, of course, experimented with a lot of different builds over the years. You can see different balance patches as well. You look at the early Flow files, right? Units behave a little bit differently. I think Cyclones are a different unit back in the early days of the Flow files. We definitely saw him utilize recall very differently. The old recall up the cliff maneuver was just still legendary to this day. That was when I found out that recall actually... the center of like the little, when you bring up the recall spell, it kind of shows you like a little circle, right? That you can kind of put over your units, right? And you can see what you're recalling. But that actually represents the nexus, like the very center of that. So if you say recall a zealot and it's in the top right of that circle, the zealot will recall to the top right of the nexus. And I never knew that. I just was always like, oh, recall, and then your units just appear around the nexus. And that's just usually because if you put your circle over them, they're all around the center dot of that image, right? That recall graphic. So back when recall had a bigger radius, Florencio on a certain map was able to build a nexus just below the cliff to their main. And yeah, he built it like just right there basically. I was able to recall an entire army onto the high ground to get past the Terran wall off. One of the sickest maneuvers to this day. And you know, he's always looking for those maneuvers when he first, I think it was back on maybe Everdream, Eterno Sueno. Cast a lot of games of Cham and Special playing the weekly cups on that map. That's why I remember the Spanish name for it. But it's one of the only, probably butchering the pronunciation anyway. But, Reaper's coming. So the SCV just distracted. Hold on. Oh, we're going to talk about stacking battle cruisers, but we're going to have to hold that thought because the Reaper's in there, gets a probe, gets on out and says, nah. And does get away behind this. There is a command center up and a bunker in front, but no planetary just yet. He's going for an engineering bay, of course, the famous planetary on the natural. He loves going for that. The Nexus very late for Floyd. So Floyd's built a lot of gateway units early, getting a third gate and a Twilight. Overall, seems to be hitting their macro pretty well in terms of spending money, building probes, building things. But because the Nexus is so slow, is not going to have a lot of explosive growth. And this is going to allow Florencio his kind of inefficient build to work out. His Reaper accidentally runs the gauntlet. Oh my lord, that's a bad way to go. The Zealots and the Adept tear him apart. Okay, here we go. Floyd's going to attack the bunker. Now, Flo, he's got a planetary coming up behind this. Looks like he's just going to trade out. He should be able to kill the Adept and the Zealot by the time the bunker dies. He pulls SCVs a little bit late. And boom! Planetary blast. The Zealot Marines get out of there. Not too bad losing the bunker. If you got a planetary to fall back on, you're all good. And he's got a double factory transition. So, we were talking about Eterno Sueno, right? Everdream. I think that was the map. Could be a different one where we first saw him figure out when he got up to about 10 battle cruisers that he'd actually set up a button on his keyboard to do the same thing that right click normally does. Now I know that breaks a lot of people's brains because they don't really understand the mechanics of StarCraft. Just think of it on the most basic level. Whenever you select a unit, you right click, it gives it a move command, right? Or if you click on an enemy unit, an attack command, right? I think it's called like smart command or smart commands or something like that. Because it adjusts what that command is based on the thing. Like if you click a worker on the minerals, it'll tell it to mine from it, so on and so forth. So basically, if you have your repeat rate up really high and you just hold down, say it's like spacebar. Say you don't use that key for anything else, so you unbind it. you can hold that down and it'll spam those right clicks to wherever your cursor happens to be at like 100 times a minute, right? So what that does is it allows him to keep those battle cruisers, which normally they'll kind of collide into each other and spread out when they don't have a command. But if you keep clicking underneath them, he was able to perfectly stack 10 battle cruisers and move them around almost exactly as just one battle cruiser, like almost perfectly stacked. And if your opponent only has ground units trying to fight it, you could basically have 10 battle cruisers, say on out here in the cliff, and only one stalker can fight them at a time. And of course, that stalker almost gets one shot by that many battle cruisers. It's just like, and they're just running around, killing so much stuff and taking so little damage. It also makes it near impossible for the opponent to target a weak battle cruiser because they can't click on it because they're all on top of each other, which is so annoying. So these are just a couple of the cool things that Florencio has discovered over the years. What's famous about Florencio is that his macro is so bad, but it doesn't matter because he sets up great defense, he counters his opponent's tech as well, and he harasses the crap out of them in ways that makes them totally thrown off their game, right? The thing is, Florencio's attention is on dismantling his opponent, countering his opponent, picking them apart, rather than, you know, getting ahead and playing the game. Florencio never plays StarCraft. He always plays his opponent. I think that's the simplest way we could describe Florencio to any newcomers. For now, though, this is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen, and it's making me very happy. That is 6 Hellions in 2 medevacs. Guys, it only takes 3 Hellions to one-shot a probe. Sometimes you go 4 Hellion drop, just so in case you lose one, you've still got the one-shot lethality. To go 6 Hellions and 2 medevacs, it's overkill. It's ridiculous. He's going to drive in, though. Oh my god, the cannon is there. Oh, he actually doesn't target properly. He shoots the cannon with quite a bunch of these Hellions. Oh, the probes are stacking up. No. Oh my god, the probes. Oh, they didn't mineral walk. They all got stuck on each other. So many probes going down there. That was 18 probes in total that have died this game. My lord. The Hellion's going to try and drive back. Is he going to get out of here? No, he's going for the... Don't tell me he's going to get more. No. Oh, that's... No! The army's off to the right. What are you doing, Floyd? Oh my god, this last Hellion's on 7 kills. Make it 8, make it 9. Is he going to get 10 as well? Oh, he's going to get number 10 as well. Oh, no, he changed targets. Nonetheless, that is 24 probe kills from a 6 Hellion drop. What can I say, guys? I'm there like you only need 3 or 4 Hellions. Florencio's like, no. I always double up. Now he's going Liberators off 2 starports and the range upgrade. I don't know if I've ever seen Florencio use advanced ballistics. If you guys can remember in episodes, I'm sure some people watching this have watched the episodes that I cast 2 years ago more recently than I cast them. So I may have forgotten, right? For me, it's a lot longer, but maybe someone's been going through the backlog. Let us know in the comments if you guys have remember an episode, especially link it up or mention the episode number in the comments if you guys can find that. I don't think I've ever seen him made Librange before. So 3 Liberators going across. He's got 2 on the natural and 1 in the main. Uh-oh. Oh my god, this map's not too bad for it as well. There is a cannon there, but he's going to siege 1 lib on the natural, 2 libs on the natural. Oh, and the whole army of Floyd, which was about to go for an attack to an almost naked Florencio. If they ran up his ramp, he's dead. He's got no defense right now. He's got like 1 lib and 2 tanks that'll be popping, but they're not ready. Looks like the Stalkers did come in. Did they kill a Liberator? No, it was already the Liberator that went down from earlier, I think. Ooh, another one gets caught crossing over. Okay, so Florencio's going to try and siege up, but he's not quite in range of the mineral line. Oh, despite that, the Stalkers and the Archons are running forward. The libs are not in range. Floyd, what are you doing? Floyd moving the whole army through the lib zones. These libs aren't in range of the economy. So Floyd doesn't need to... All Floyd needs to do is just throw a Stargate down so that he can deal with it eventually. This High Templar is going to try and storm them. That is not going to work. Storm does not reach as far as libs shoot. Okay, what we're watching right now, Floyd is just frozen up doing nothing. Starts building 3 probes off 1 nexus. The other natural isn't even mining. Okay, finally figures it out. Puts the Stargate down. The funny thing is, these Liberators are not sieged up in range of anything, and yet you can see Floyd is freaking out. Is only making probes 1 at a time rather than 2. And is moving back through the lib zones. What are you doing? Okay, that's because a new Liberator came in on the natural. That's why. Oh my god, a new Liberator comes in on the natural. Prompts Floyd to move back through the lib zones. Oh, this is hilarious. Florencio not even in range of the mineral line, but Floyd just keeps stumbling in. Oh my god. And look at this. Is this one even in range? Is it? No, not in range again, but that... Okay, the Stalkers can reach it, so they will be able to take it out that time. Florencio pulls back a little bit. What's he doing behind it? Libs, tanks. He's got a 3rd command center, 4th command center on the way. 3rd Liberator that's actually going to siege in range of the probes this time. We've seen how good these libs can be. Oh man, Floyd. Oh my god, what are you doing? Floyd! Oh my god! Oh my god, Floyd, build a Void Ray. Your Stargate's been finished for so long. Finally, the Void Ray starts up, but my gosh, not a moment too soon. So I'll give you guys a hot tip for what I would have done here. For anyone who's a newer player, what do you even do there? Well, first things first, it wasn't even in range of the probes. So he didn't need to do anything until the libs came forward, and then he could have just moved forward to get it. But you know what I would do? I would have just grabbed every probe, moved to my third, take a fourth, leave a stalker or two at the natural, and then just ignore it until he comes in range. But Floyd, I don't think has ever dealt with lib range because it's so rare. And that's the beauty of Florencio. Florencio does this stuff. Most players on the ladder have never experienced it, you know. I played back when lib range was in every game of TVZ, and the maps used to have really like they weren't designed around it. So there was always spots where they could hit your mineral line and you just couldn't even hit them. Like there was just no way to get it until you had Spire units as a Zerg. Finally, the Void Rays come out and clean that one up. We've got, what is this? Guys, so we've seen 6 Hellion, 2 medevac drop, a 5 Liberator with range attack. Now we're seeing 4 Widow Mines and a Siege Tank getting dropped. This is the most random drop I have ever seen in my life. Florencio right now is just doing the silliest stuff he can think of. He's got Lib Planetary up on his expansions. He unloads a tank, sieges it there. What's he going to do? Hit the Gas Geyser? This is the most nonsense drop ever. Okay, he's going to drop Widow Mines. Oh my god. Oh my god. He literally announced his presence with the tank drop and still the Widow Mines all get off. But very unlucky for Florencio. He only killed about 5 or 6 probes there. They all kind of shot on the probes that were on the edges of the sides, not doing it as effectively. Looks like that tank will get taken out here. Well done by Floyd to finally not get ravaged by a move. The question is, can Floyd bounce back? Floyd has some nice Silver League cannons around the mineral line to defend the Liberators. Silver League cannons actually pretty good against Liberators. It's the one time where they're not bad. Armory's on the way. What else we got? More factories. Ghosts! Oh, he's going Cloak, Nukes, and Cyclones. Okay, so Florencio is in his element right now, trying to out-macro his opponent, and he's going to harass them down with more and more of these bizarre and weird maneuvers. Who thinks to pick up 4 Widow Mines in a tank is like, I'm going to siege it here, and then so that you're looking when I drop my Widow Mines so you can pull your probes away. Floyd still doesn't pull the probes away, despite that. But the logic is just always there with Florencio. You know, it's something where a lot of us just, you know, we can't quite hack it because we're like, we're just not at the same level. Like, I applied to become a professor at Florencio's science school for kids who can't macro good. They denied me. They just said that, honestly, like, I just needed more work on my cheese. I sent in, attached to my resume, my book of filth. Publicly viewable Google document, by the way. You all can view it if you want cheesy builds. Go check it out. You can always find it on my my Twitch chat or linked on a bunch of my cheesy videos as well. They said it wasn't good enough. They said it was just contrived. They said a lot of the builds weren't very committed. They said I was looking to give the appearance of doing off-meta plays rather than truly committing to cheesing, and that a lot of my opponents might be mildly annoyed, but very few to none of them would actually want to uninstall the game after having those builds inflicted on them. And I was like, I thought I did better than that. But Florencio and the whole committee, they rejected me. So, yeah, I'm having to go back to the drawing board and work on my cheeses before they're willing to accept me. So it's a work in progress, guys. Remember that Florencio, you know, he's got a lot of different rules. He's got theorems. He's got whole, you know, just equations explaining how doing less damage is more damage is less. How, you know, you should only really stare at one thing at once. How control groups are overrated. By the way, he's got a lot of control groups. None for army, but 2 for Ghost Academies, 4 for command centers, 5 for the planetary over at the 4th. For some reason, that's on a different key to the other command centers. God knows why. Barracks on 7, factories on 5, starports on... barracks on 7, factories on 8, starports on 9. Which are probably all customized, I would imagine, to his MMO mouse buttons. Which he's actually wired that through a foot pedal. So for those who don't know, he did redo his mechanics. He's still using the old trusty Xbox controller, but he's also got a foot pedal that activates presets on an MMO mouse, if memory serves correctly. It's a whole setup. Some have called him insane, and it makes no sense, but I'm kind of down with it. Uh-oh, Cyclone stumble into the big Protoss army. Well, he does do some good micro. Unfortunately, he doesn't have mag field, so he's not doing as much damage as he would like. Gets a few Stalkers, does lose 1 Cyclone for it. And Florencio's just kind of setting up for the later game. He's like, I have Thors, I have battle cruisers, I have cyclones, I have ghosts, and I have nukes. So he's kind of doing the, I have lots of things. I feel like he's just built all of his toys, and now he's sitting there. You know, it's like he's cooked a big feast, and he's laid out the table. He's got all the dishes, the big steaming roasts, the pies appearing like the house elves of magic that they're straight out of bloody Harry Potter. You know, and he's just waiting to select which dish. For now, he's like, oh, let me start with the Cyclone Harass. Oh, that does look fun. You know, just titillates the taste buds. He's just picking off units for fun. I mean, honestly, this is so easy to deal with, but Floyd's Stalker Micro does leave something to be desired, I guess. The BCs are now coming in. Okay, so he's going to go for a big scoop of battle cruisers in the rear. But that's a big army pushing the front, dude. That could kill him. There's a lot of Storm. Stalkers with Blink, 1, 2, oh yeah, decent upgrades as well, +2, +3 on the way. That's a big problem. Florencio may have screwed around for too long, guys. Also, the Observer's going to see that Ghost. Is he trying to, he's trying to do a defensive nuke, but there's an Observer right there. The Ghost goes down. Florencio's going to teleport in with the battle cruisers. Oh, he realizes he can't stop this army, guys. He's trying to make planetaries here and stuff. The rocks are getting taken down. The BCs are going to do some very big damage. Floyd does not have a big bank right now, but has a very well upgraded Stalker army. The tank does get a shot or two from over there, but there's not much on the high ground. He's trying to do a defensive nuke on his own planetary. I don't think Floyd sees that red dot because he's cast it right on the planetary, right next to the red skin. Oh my god, the nuke! But Floyd moves in super decisively and only gets clipped. A few Stalkers go down, the High Templar take damage, but Floyd teleports in and might actually win this game. Florencio tries to launch another nuke. This one is at his own feet. Floyd does not have vision of it. Yes, he does. He blinks in. A move. Kill the Ghost. The Ghost is right next to you. Wait, he doesn't have detection. Oh, no. Wait. But Floyd, does lose a bunch of Stalkers and an Archon. The Battle Cruiser takes a big hit from that as well. These Ghosts with Cloak actually doing a lot of damage. That one's going to kill a High Templar. BCs fly in. They could take out the Archon and the Colossus. This is starting to get a little bit rough for Floyd right now. The BC, can it take out the Colossus? He's not target firing it, but the Ghost very well may kill it because there's no detection, and the Colossus goes down to a Ghost. Behind this, the battle cruisers on the other side. The Cyclones come in as well. Floyd, remember, those Stalkers are so much better upgraded, and with battery overcharge, they can actually do really well, but Florencio wisely pulls up into the main base with the BC. Still a good pack of Stalkers, a bit of Storm, and a Guardian Shield available. Florencio has mining bases still going, though, whereas there are no mining, essentially. Just a little bit of gas is all that's left for Floyd now. He's going to teleport. Okay, he teleports home, so a recall of Stalkers into the main, but he's going to teleport, and now that leaves all of these units isolated on their own. That may be a crucial mistake for Floyd. Floyd thinks, hey, I'll deal with the battle cruisers. Little does he realize he's actually exposing this army to being too weak on the anti-air to deal with it, and that allows Florencio to clean that one up. This has been a masterclass of stupid harassment into triggering the Protoss to just go. I gotta say, I really thought those defensive nukes there and there were gonna land big time, but Floyd very decisively shoved in, didn't just aim it, moved in, killed the planetary, moved up the ramp, moved in, moved into the production, and kept just moving just out of nuke range in time. I don't even know if Floyd realized those nukes were coming down, but it was super decisive. This move, also very decisive. This is not the good kind of decisive. Sometimes players who play very decisively, they look really smart. Sometimes they don't look so smart. That planetary, Florencio just popped the SCVs in it, popped them out of it, and started repairing. He's doing it again! Florencio doing the big boy micro. So fancy. Floyd's trying to focus the SCVs down and loses every single Stalker trying to kill it. The planetary's there just absolutely chillaxing. And that's it. That's game over, man. That's got to be it, right? Right? Yeah, there's still VCs up. There's still 4 VCs, 3 tanks, 2. I really want to see the kill count on these planetaries, but they're building SCVs. But I remember there's Stalker kill counts as well, so they're super cost efficient. Every Stalker kill is almost 200 resources. Costs more than a Marauder, man. By quite a lot as well. Oh my lord. These Stalkers are just getting absolutely blasted. Not even able to kill the tank. The repair is good. 12 kills on that planetary. Floyd doesn't tap out. Just leaves the game. Is like, nope. And Florencio once again able to do it in style and fashion. So close to getting those nukes. I got to go look at those nukes one more time because I really want to pay some respect here to Floyd. I thought, I was like, I see why Florencio sent me this replay. Because look how quick he was. He tried this before as well, right? So this army was coming forward. Let's show the first nuke. Okay, so I'll show you guys the first nuke because I didn't catch when he first threw it. Look how quick Florencio is to realize, uh-oh, this is a base trade. Like, I need to quickly start launching defensive nukes while sending the BCs in to damage you. So here we go. Just seems all normal. Protoss wants to push. And then at some point here, let's go to Florencio's camera. So we're on Florencio's camera. This is actual game speed. He's like macroing and he sees the sensor tower and he's like, oh crap. He instantly cloaks the ghost and then he's just going to launch a nuke there. Unfortunately, his ghost is on the wrong side. So he's launching it right on top of his own base where he thinks the Protoss is going to push in. And I think he cancels that. He teleports his BCs in. He loses the ghost. And then he's like, oh crap. So he immediately starts building more. And then as this army pushes in, look, he grabs this ghost from the main production, cloaks it, and he launches it right there. Because you think, yeah, Protoss is going to blink on the planetary. If he was a bit quicker to mass repair, it would have survived for an extra second or two. And even just a few more seconds could have been big. Also, the turret just killed the observer, which is why Floyd can't even kill the ghost if he wanted to. And look at that, man. Just barely gets out of the nuke. I think one Stalker, maybe a couple Stalkers and Zealots go down, and all the High Templar almost die, but they were just on the outer ring of damage. Hats off to Flo, dude, for these nukes. And then this one, I was like, okay, first one completely missed. Second one landed on the edge. This one will surely land. But Floyd moves up, goes after the Thors, and actually avoids the nuke. It's crazy. Flo is so close to landing those, because that's always it. If you force them into a base trade where you're both racing for the production, you could predict where they're going to be ahead of time. That's the position where nukes excel. Florencio, he's out there fishing for those perfect nukes. I absolutely love it, mate. GG, well played. If you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to check out some of the other videos of Florencio out there. Click on the screen. And a big thanks to everyone who's been supporting the Patreon. A special thanks to our Leviathan, Jacob G, not to mention the conductors of the Dicktown Express, Colonel SC, and Max. And if you guys want to go above and beyond to support the channel, please consider checking out the Patreon. There's a bunch of cool perks and rewards you can get there. Info is down in the description. And we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye and good night.